Hey everyone, it's almost 2025 and we haven't done a video on the benefits of the key in a while and whether or not it's worth it. I recently sailed on the Symphony of the Seas and I had the key, so let's talk about it. Hey everyone, Johnny from Byte Size Cruises. Welcome to our channel. If it's your first time here, we're a travel agency. We are trying to give you the absolute best information possible about cruising so that you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. So today we're going to talk all about the benefits of the key and the value of it and talk to you about whether or not I think it's worth it. There are plenty of videos out there and plenty of people who weigh in about the key. One of my favorites is Matt Hochberg from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. He will tell you that the key is not worth it, and for the most part at this point, I may agree with Matt. Now, Matt has put out a video a few months ago about things that he would do to improve the key. I like some of those things. I also have some input and some thoughts maybe on what I would do to improve the key, but let's talk about it a little bit. So I recently had the key on Symphony of the Seas. First, let's talk about what you get when you purchase the key before we even talk about the price. You get early access to the terminal. You get to drop off your carry-on luggage at the main dining room and they will take this to your room. So if you are just bringing carry-on or if you have additional carry-on luggage, you could just wheel that on the ship, go right to the dining room after you do your muster station, and then they'll just take that up to your room. You don't have to worry about it at all. They almost immediately take it up to your room. So it's up there before you even get to your room. You get an exclusive welcome lunch in the main dining room that is from Chops. So that Chops Grill lunch is very nice. We'll get into it. It is open from 12 to 1:30 for you to do that. So you do have to get there early if you want to do the lunch. You get private time at some of the facilities. Those things include whatever you're going to, right? So could be ice skating, could be bumper cars, could be the North Star, Flow Rider, all of those things. You get private dedicated time for just key members. You also get priority departure from the ship at tender ports. Talk about that. You get seats in the exclusive VIP seating area in the main theater, Aqua Theater, Studio B, and 270. You still do have to have a reservation, but you do get those nicer seats. And then you get Voom, Surf, and Stream, which has high-speed internet, one per guest for whoever buys it. And then on debarkation day, you get to enjoy a private a la carte breakfast and choice of departure times. So let's get into each of these things and whether or not I think it's worth it. We paid $30 a day, I believe, for the key, and that's probably the most that I would ever pay for it. I looked at it for my Wonder of the Seas cruise in February. It is now $44 a day, which is outrageous. Now let's talk about it a little bit. If you just got the Voom internet, that's gonna run you $20-some a day. I'm gonna look it up right now as we're talking so that I have that in front of me. So I just looked it up on my Wonder of the Seas cruise in February. It is $36.99 a day for the key, and for just the internet for the Voom Surf and Stream, it is $21 a day. So if you're starting at a baseline of $21 a day, it now comes down to what are those other things worth to you? This is Black Friday sales too, so these are very cheap. On some of my future cruises, like on Icon in May, it's like $44 a day for the key, which I think is outrageous. If it's under $30 a day, I think I may actually consider the key, but let's go into each of these things. Early access to the terminal, not really a thing. Every time that I've gone and had the key or not had the key, you basically sign up for your time. And the last 15 cruises I've been on, there's been not even chaos, just apathy of check-in times. People just show up whenever they want to show up. There really is no delineation if you are supposed to be there at that time. Nobody even asks. They just let everybody in the terminal. It doesn't matter if you have the key or not. We went on Symphony in October. We got there at about 10:30, 11:45. We parked, we went up, and they were just letting everybody in the terminal. Nobody asked if you had the key or not. You just went in and you checked in. So that benefit is pretty much null and void at this point. So let's cross that one out because I don't think it makes any sense unless you, for some reason, checked in really late and you were like, oh no, I checked in at 3, whatever. I still don't think it's worth it because no one cares what time you're getting to the port. Next one is dropping off your carry-on luggage at the dining room. I love this benefit. I generally only bring carry-on and maybe a backpack, so dropping that stuff off is really nice to me, so I don't have to wheel it around for a few hours on the first day of the cruise. However, not the end of the world, certainly not worth 30 bucks a day or $10 a day, right? If it was $10 to drop it off, I would probably pay the $10 to drop it off, but it's not. Let's talk about the welcome lunch. I really like the welcome lunch. If you did this separately, it would probably be $20, $30, $40, whatever it would be. It's nice to sit down. It's nice to not have to go to the buffet. It's nice to just go to the dining room, relax, you drop off your carry-on luggage, you go in and you have like a 45-minute to an hour meal. It's not very long, it's not stressful, it's a nice way to start your sailing. So look, if you said to me, is this worth a couple bucks a day or is it worth 30 or 40 bucks? Sure. But let's get into like stacking these benefits. Private time at some of the things is pretty much useless. None of those things are that crowded. And the times they give you are usually weird, awkward times where you probably wouldn't want to go anyway. And I find that there are enough times to go ice skating, to do the, the North Star, the skydiving, all of those different things. You can find times to do those. And if not, I still don't think it's worth an additional fee here. Priority departure from the ship at tender ports, I don't think that matters at all. There are not that many tender ports anymore, especially with Perfect Day not being a tender port. And most of my cruises, I can't remember the last time on Royal Caribbean that I had to tender somewhere. And if I did, I just wait and go. So cross that one out. Next up is VIP seats. This is a little bit nice. So if I like to get places early and I also like to get really good seats, I film a lot of things. I don't film as much as some people do. And I try to be very discreet about it, not going in there with a full camera rig. But I do appreciate that, and you do get to sit where the Diamond Plus members. But again, I'm Diamond Plus now, so what's the difference? I don't really need that. So if you're not Diamond Plus and you really want those extra seats, is that worth $10 a day? A couple bucks a day? I don't think so for a few shows. Just get there early and you can pretty much sit wherever you want. You get the Voom Surf and Stream package. Obviously, that's great. It's $20-some a day. If it's up to $30 a day and the key is $33 a day, $34 a day, okay. And then on debarkation day, you get a la carte breakfast. That doesn't appeal to me at all. I can just grab something quickly in the buffet and be on my way off the ship. So now, is it really worth it anymore? I'm going to say probably for me, no. I've done it a few times. I do think it's nice to do it sometimes. I do love that first day meal. I wish I had an opportunity to just pay for that and do it. But again, if it was under $30 a day, I would probably do it because I'm already paying $20-some a day for the internet. So if it's $30, $31 a day, that's probably the limit. At $36 a day for my Wonder of the Seas cruise, probably not worth it. It's $15 a day more. So are these benefits worth $15 a day to me? No. If it included, which it would never because they would raise the price, but if it included 2 specialty dinings, almost like a free at sea, more at sea thing, I would probably do it. If they put a package together, which they never will, to do this and the drink package and a couple specialty dining, which is basically what that more at sea is, and it was $90 a day, maybe it's worth it, but not for me because I don't drink that much. So long and short, I used to think it was worth it because the price was generally $20-some to $30 a day. Now I see it at $40-some a day. I just don't think it's worth it. So if you can get a good deal on the key, I do still think there's a little value there just for me for dropping off my luggage at the dining room and sitting down and having that nice lunch on the first day is probably worth $10 a day to me, right? For 7 days, so $70 for lunch, dropping off my luggage, and then the occasional VIP seating at the shows, sure. But now that they're not holding to check-in times, look, if they were holding to check-in times and everybody showed up early for shows, then I could see the value there. I just don't see that much of a value anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you found this helpful or useful, we would love for you to share this video and subscribe to our channel. Please come along and join us on this fun cruising community. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. We put out a brand new video every single day about cruising. We do a live stream Wednesday evenings and Sunday mornings. Come check us out, and thanks so much. Happy cruising. Bye.